Good evening, everybody. So, first of all, I need to do a little test here and see if you guys, yes, looks like you should be able to hear me. All right. I'm having a little audio issue tonight. Hey, everybody. Good to see you. Let me see if I can get something going here. Somebody I saw just asked, when did Mercury go into retrograde? The question is, when does it come out? And that answer is right after we get through. So I wish it was out already because I have had my mic didn't work, so I had to grab this. I couldn't find this. So it's like, okay, we know where this is going. And it fits perfectly with what I had to talk about tonight. So, hey, everybody, glad you're here. Thanks for stopping by. And I want to get caught up because we have some real cool comments already. Lanaya is with us for the first time, and she's a fairly new member in our group, in the Facebook group. So glad you found us. That's awesome. And then Melissa with picture with her mom there. I know, Melissa, you're missing your mom today for sure. Thinking about you as I was getting ready for this. And Rob is saying he's checking in. Glad whenever you are able to come, Rob. Always welcome. Glad to see you. The official now we can begin. I think if Arnaldo wasn't here, that we would just sit here. I just put this up and we just sit here, waiting for Arnaldo. Oh boy, love you, buddy. Love you, love you. Yeah, it went into retrograde 3 weeks ago, but it does exit tonight. I know we've all been feeling it for sure. Hi, Pam. Glad you're here. I had a great day. It's been a busy day. I've been working all day since the minute I got up. But hey, Dominic, great to see you. Yes, it is going to be a highly charged week, and that's what we're going to talk about tonight. Glad you're here. In game. Wow, 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 wow. Your perceptions are excellent. Man, I'm glad you're here. Good to see you again. Glad you stopped by. Well, yeah, we are wrapping up some tense energy. And Kristen, oh boy. Okay, yes, this is something that Kristen found out this week. They found a mass, and so she'll know more, but we will, and that's actually very much on our list tonight. So you guys remember this one from Kristen. We have others in our group that need the same. So glad Mercury. It has been a doozy. It sure has. Deborah, good to see you. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms for sure. And yeah. So just a little bit of housekeeping here. Next Sunday, I will be on the road, and then the following Sunday will be the last day of Fred's event. And I have to blow out of there because I'm meeting some podcast listeners in Greenville, South Carolina on the way back up. So know me the next 2 weeks, but I think we already have plans being discussed, let's just say, between Alyssa and Kristen for the following week. So we'll let you know. We will let you know. All right, let's see. Some interesting thoughts around big changes that came to a head right at the full moon eclipse. I'm a Scorpio, but now that Mercury is out of retrograde, I'm second guessing whether that was the right thing or a Mercury retrograde thing. Let's talk about that tonight. And Rob, I know you said you needed to go. It'll be on the replay when we get to it. But yeah, I wanted to kind of talk about that because I think a lot of us have been feeling this. A lot of people have been asking questions about this. I've taken a couple of, I've just done a couple of, people say, can you look at my chart? It's like, it's a 2-hour request. Oh, really? Hey, Lisa. Well, I'll be buzzing through next Monday, actually. Going to meet these folks before they jump on a plane. But this is a question that a lot of people are asking right now. So we'll get to that here, and we're going to get to it straight away, actually. So we'll go on to that, and that way, Rob, if you have to go. So I wanted to play a little back and forth here, and maybe you guys who are fast on the keyboard could help me with some responses here. So let's just do a little bit of introspection. Let's do a little bit of going inside. Let's ping, if you will, how we're doing. How are we feeling? So to do this, actually, before we do that, we'll get set for that. Hold the phone there. New burn. Great. Great. Well, I'm over here in the mountains, as you guys know. All right, let me do the card first. And it's a green card, so it's going to go right through. It'll be the sunset card. In fact, this is from the Blue Ridge Parkway, just up the road. It's the 221 card, the World, in our wonderful Light Seers Tarot deck. For those of you who might be new, we pull from this, and it's great. And this is interesting because Dominic was saying this whole thing around how he was feeling right now. This is the card is the World, and it says the positive side of the card. Remember, it has positive and then the shadow. The upside, completion. And that, Dominic, joy, wholeness, achievement, happy endings, abundance, success. Anybody tuning into this? New levels of consciousness, literally traveling the world. On the shadow, taking shortcuts, a need for closure, a need to follow through, staying focused in order to complete an unfinished task, a delay in plans, unmet dreams. The World brings one of the most positive and abundant messages in the tarot. Congratulations, you've come far. I think we could all say that, couldn't we? A large project or period in your life is coming to a successful conclusion. Wow. This is amazing. I mean, energy is just amazing. Go back and read this. Go back and read that again, especially the last line. How did he feel that? The project or period in your life is coming to a successful conclusion, and it's time to revel in the sweet afterglow of your success. If you're not quite there yet, take this card as a sign that you're on the right path. Consciously step into the world's ascension energy and welcome that this beautiful shift as your inner spiritual landscape merges with your outer reality. As you reach this stage of fruition, remain focused. Gosh, this is almost like reading our program tonight. Don't slacken your resolve as you glimpse the magic at the end of the long journey, because it's time to follow through with your final steps and complete the cycle. Even in the shadow, the World is a positive card that signals bliss and happy endings, with oodles of positive energy on the way. Yes, take it. I accept this gift of completion and I ascend to new levels of awareness and wholeness. I am love. Boom. Wow. Great card. Great, great, great card. Okay, now let's go back to kind of center in here. Oh, wow. Let's see here. They're thinking about selling their farm. Wow. Wow. Look at that with that card. Can you believe that? All right, let's go back here. And we already had a couple of comments. So Pam said emotional. I have two, Pam. Very, very. Somebody said mostly up. Here's an up. If you want to just drop in, these are great. I'm glad you guys are up. I was mostly up this week, but several things hit me as just very emotional. Everybody's been sleeping a lot, right? Sophie had a big day in her life. Yesterday was her daughter Ivy's first birthday, and they had a big party. Yay! So happy birthday to Ivy. Got caught up with Sophie this week. That was awesome. Wow. You know, a lot of us have been sleeping a lot. That has been a signature. Definitely. Alyssa says mostly up at real low energy spots too. Yeah, happy birthday, Ivy. All right, let's do another one here. Thank you for that. I have, I think, 4 of these, maybe 5. So what's been your general motivator? Again, just broadly through the week, what's been your general motivator? Confidence, fear, concern, or even more? Maybe concern is an easier way of saying freaked out. Positive, something else, some other emotion. Pam says fear. Gratitude, great. These are great. This is awesome. I love these responses, guys. Thank you so much. This is just great. Pam, be sure to listen to the Fun Astrology podcast tomorrow and Tuesday. These are great. I love this. I'm just letting them speak for themselves. She didn't miss an episode. Well, don't these next 2 weeks for sure. Wow. Melissa said she saw her mom twice this week in dreams. Loving these comments, guys. Thank you. This is great. This is perfect. You guys are doing this. This is awesome. All right, here's the next one. A couple more here. Let's say you had a do-over of something, anything. It might have been the way you responded in traffic or at a restaurant or at the gas station or the grocery store, or it might have been something with your kids, and these might be more personal too, by the way. You don't have to air any laundry in here, that's for sure. But if you had a do-over, or again, it might have been a major action, maybe something at work, might have been an email that was sent a little bit too quickly, Mercury retrograde. If you had a do-over, what would it be? And then what would the do-over response be? And while you're doing that one, I'm going to catch up on a couple of the comments from the previous one. 4-leaf clover. How cool. Okay, when ancestors are showing up, that's significant to me. That's really significant. All right, so now we're getting into this. So reacting to the kids, yep, always. That's certainly possible. Bite my tongue, trying to say something to someone, need them to bring it up to me, learning to let things flow more and stop trying to make things work out too fast. Good. Good plan. Good plan, man. Yep. Classic sending a message too quickly. I wish we didn't have such speedy communication these days, you know? Something about the old way of writing out a letter by hand or on a typewriter and thinking about it while you're writing and wadding it up and throwing it away and starting over. And, you know, today we just bang out these messages and boom, you know, it's too quick. It is. It's too quick. Ah, good one, Alyssa. Give myself the grace and understanding that I give others. Good. Okay, there's a work thing. I'm sure there were quite a few work things the last several weeks. Rob says asking a couple more questions. Wasting time with movies. I wish I had time. That one, y'all are on your own. All right, let's roll on to the next one. A couple more here. 2 more. All right, this is from Fred. Anybody going to be in New Smyrna in 2 weeks? You know, Fred's metric is that typically people think if I do something, then I can have things, then I can be what I want. Classic example. If I go to medical school, then I could be a surgeon and I could operate 3 days a week and I could make a lot of money and then I could be successful. Turn it around. Who are we being? And this is so big. And even in those moments, like we were just talking about, those moments of do-over, who am I being in that moment? I was catching myself even today, several times and places, feeling all this rainbow spectrum of energy. And just every time I'm getting out of, you know, just turning it back to who are you being? Who are you being right now? In fact, we're going to do that little exercise. So being first, and then we do from the being. The being creates the action. And then the having comes as a result of the doing, the actions, the steps we've taken from the being of who we're being. And I'm telling you, that is huge. So set an intention. Who will you be this week? Who will you be? Good. Excellent. Love that. Inner warrior. Boy, don't we allow others to dictate who we are, how we respond, what we do, how we think, what we're afraid to say? Oh, I shouldn't say that because I'll step on somebody's toes. When, we don't want to go being a steamroller over other people's space, but you know what I mean. We don't stand up and step into our own truth. I am confident. Yes. Be myself. Best place in the world to start. And that's not, here again, there are a dozen factors you could rattle off right now that we give ourselves to, sometimes even out of decent, respectable intentions. I mean, we want to fit in, we want to be nice, we want to be accepted, we don't want to hurt somebody, we don't want to be a nag, whatever. We attract what we are. Be the thing you want. Be present, be polite, and be firm. That's good. That's good. That's excellent. I love that. Kind of wraps up 2023, doesn't it? Maybe in the future, Rob, for sure. Maybe in the future. Lisa's going to be a boundary boss. I love that. That's great. I'm going to be a boundary boss. Good. Set those intentions and stay committed to it. Enjoy each part of life. Love it. I will be that person who enjoys each part of life. Yeah, be present for me. There's that world of others again. The warrior idea. The photo, for those of you who might be coming through Facebook, and maybe this is your first time, there's a link in the StreamYard post where you see the live. You have to go into the text, and there's a link, and you click on it, and you tell StreamYard that it's okay to put your name up there so that it shows up like that instead of like that. And that's how you do it. And I think you have to refresh the screen, or maybe you have to log back in or something after you do that, but that's how you do it. All right, let's do one more and we'll move on. What are you creating? You will be missed, my friend. You will be missed. What are you creating? What are you creating this week? What are you creating right now? Again, you don't have to put it in, but certainly think about it. And this is maybe more of a tangible. We did the intangible before, the being. This is more of the tangible. Creating harmony. Brandy, good to see you tonight. Thanks for coming. So that's a fun little exercise to go through periodically. And that's something that you can do at any time, right? Is maybe jot those down, go back and pick them up off the replay, or just Kathy says she's creating high vibe people in her life. Excellent. Great. That's huge right now. Huge, 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 because there's a big separation, isn't there, between those who are and those who are not. Creating my life on the highest timeline. That is getting so important right now. Let's get centered in for our meditation. Thanks, guys, for playing with that exercise. That was fun. Here was what I thought maybe we would focus on for tonight. And a lot of this has already come up. This is taken from some of how I've been feeling this week, some of what I've been hearing from talking to several of you, communicating with you, seeing some of the Facebook posts, etc. And one of the big ones is physical and emotional well-being, health. Kristen's mom from this week probably is the one. And then there's one other person that I've been communicating with who is dealing with some health stuff that is private at this point, but it's been a big topic this week and some of last. So as we tune into our meditation, these are things that you can focus on in your own meditation or others. I mean, these are suggestions, obviously. But I think these are good things to keep in mind for this week. Might be a good screenshot if you want to grab it with your phone. It'll be up here for a bit. And then, like Rob said, focusing on, like, all the time, monitoring, evaluating, sizing up if we are on our highest timeline right now. I think another one that's very important is, how are we being guided? How are we being driven, responding? From intuition, from that voice, the inner voice. Go back on that podcast from, maybe a dozen episodes or so back, where it's about the voice. That guy tells certainly a fictitious story, but he does a really good job of it. Kind of makes you believe about flying the airplane into the fog and the voice coming through and landing you. Hearing and knowing that voice and following it, being willing to listen to it. And then, again, like coming back off of the ripple effect of what Dominic was talking about, protection. A lot of people right now are feeling something. Can't put our finger on it. I'm one of them. Can't put our finger on it. Can't identify it, but it's just something. Oh, while we're on protection, this is one that I found. When did I find this? Last night, I guess. Just a lot of angst among a lot of astrologers posting stuff online. And this one particular person was commenting on some aspects that are coming up in the sky this week and into next week. And it was really dark. And he does come from a study of Hellenistic astrology, which is fine. There are lots of great nuggets and treasures and techniques and all kinds of things that the ancients did, but their consciousness was much more one of somber. It was down. It was the shadow side more than the positive side. And that was the consciousness of the day. So this was a modern day, pull it forward, of Hellenistic techniques that created this. And I mean, he was to the point of saying, don't do certain things on certain days and all this, blah, blah, blah. And I just was like, well, number one, you can't, I mean, every coin has two sides, so you can't ignore the shadow side. But just like the exercise we did, you don't dwell on it. So one of the things I thought is, we have a lot of people traveling to Fred's event. The reason I'm leaving early to go down to Florida is that my daughter is going to be down there on a business trip, and I'm going to get to spend a couple of mornings with her the first part of the week of Fred's event. So here, my daughter's going to be traveling. A lot of you will be traveling over these next couple of weeks. So let's just say an intention tonight, or focus on our meditation for protection, safety. And then the theme that a lot of you pointed out was confidence. steadfastness, being firm. I mentioned on the Fun Astrology podcast on Tuesday, Jupiter moves into Taurus. And one of the things about the sign of Taurus is it's, of course, represented by the bull. And what does the bull stand for? It's like if you're the guy standing by the fence and the bull is sitting there like this, pointing right at you, you all of a sudden know exactly what steadfastness and firmness is all about. But then I thought, there's a bull statue, a big bronze bull right at the corner of Broad and Wall in downtown Lower Manhattan. And all the traders go and they rub the nose of the bull on the way in. So that's kind of our theme for the next year. Jupiter is going to be in Taurus. So that sign of the bull is going to be very prominent for us. Rub the nose of the bull. Get firm. Get confident. Rub the nose of that bull down there. You can look it up if you need a visual image. You can see what that bull bronze looks like. And then finally, love to all, peace to all, and love to the planet will be our closing of our meditation tonight. So let me get caught up on a couple of your comments here. Yeah, it is lonely, isn't it? I'm glad you mentioned this, Alyssa. Let me do that for all of us here. Little white candle smells really, really good. Rub the nose. You got real bull noses to rub. You don't need no bronze. I'll go out there and find a bull and rub his nose, see how that works for you. But there's for everybody who is dealing with the health issues, the concerns. I know some people are just freaking out. I mean, we can go ahead and say it. Nothing wrong with that. I don't run from shadows. I don't. That's one of the things that Fred taught me. We all have them. Don't run from them. We face them. We acknowledge them. Yeah, some people are having breakdowns right now. And there's a candle for your support. So, let's go into our meditation. Going to be your year, Lisa. Going to be your year. Get queued up. Starts Tuesday. Starts now, but starts Tuesday. Oh, I'm going to be we're going to have another grandkid in the family this week too. Taurus, maybe. They're inducing Monday night. So probably Tuesday, at least if it's Tuesday afternoon, then that little boy will be a Jupiter Taurus. So that's pretty cool. Comes before that, it'll be a 29 point something degree Aries, just almost as good as. All right, let's settle in here with this, and I am going to do our little bowl again. Take some deep breaths. Think about releasing. If you are where you can do this out loud, let's do an Om together. that sound ground you. And as we begin tonight, just reach out in front of you and rub the nose of the bronze bull. Connect with that energy. That energy of firmness, as somebody said tonight, steadfastness, purpose. But mostly the grounding of earth, putting your feet on the earth, literally in the earth. Do that a lot over the next year, by the way. You have the planet of expansion in the sign of the earth. Let's take a minute at the beginning to pray rain for those who are facing health issues. My friend Cheryl in St. Augustine, one of our listeners, unmentioned, Kristen's mom, others who you know of who have not been mentioned. Energetically, they're right there. And let's see them well. Let's see them well with ease. And let's be grateful to Source that we've been given the ability to do this, to co-create. Through our thoughts, through our visions, through our mind, through our intentions, through our energy connecting with universal divine energy. That's manifestation. Coming from the being of being pure, being whole. And then let's send the same energy to ourselves, and I'm saying our group, those who are on here with us together tonight, and then those who will watch this later. Sending energy of emotional, mental support. It's so important. And standing together and just knowing that there's energy coming your way of support. Let's give that gift to each other now. Lots of names have popped up tonight. Send people by name that kind of support. And then collectively, many, we don't know their names, but just include them. And then, however you're postured, maybe your eyes are closed, maybe they're open. focus on that inner voice. When you feel that inner feeling, where does it show up in your body? Point to it. I'm pointing to mine. You point to yours. Bless that area. Give it thanks for protecting you, for guiding you. Send it love. Isn't that special, sending that particular spot in your body where intuition manifests most often for you? The source of the still small voice, if you will, to give that part of your body love. That's that very valuable spot of real estate on your body that you came here with to do this life, that is the spot of connection between your physical flesh and divine source. What a special spot. Really give it love. And through that spot, thank Source for speaking to you. And what if you don't have that spot? What if the voice is non-existent? I would either try the heart chakra, the solar plexus, the gut feeling, if you will, or maybe even your third eye. And just try one and see which one feels most activated or feels most likely, if the voice were to come, that's where it would come from. And just invite it. Intuition. That which leads and guides for free, always, and keeps us on our higher timeline. And then let's, just for a minute, picture a cloud of covering. I love the white bubble around our car, around our families' cars, kids' cars if they're of driving age, those who you love, around our homes, our kids as they are out doing their things. Bubbles of protection around our businesses, our farms, and mostly around ourselves. That's a lot of bubbles, but we need it. Asking for, commanding protection. In the name of the Most High, I command protection for my kids. In the name of the Most High, I command protection for my farm and my home. In the name of the Most High, I command protection for my family, even as they undergo medical tests. In the name of the Most High, I command protection for myself. Be sure to follow that up with, especially these next couple of weeks. We had some comments about movies, Talked to my brother the other night. He said he was just bemoaning kind of where we are. Those of us who are up here on this end of the timeline are just shaking our heads of what, you know, reminiscing. Well, when I was young, it sure wasn't like this. We had wholesome entertainment. Now it's violent. And he was just bemoaning. There just wasn't anything that interested him. And he misses that. But as we're covering ourselves in protection, we also have to do our part, not to expose ourselves to things that would pop that bubble. You know what I mean? So set that as an intention. I will keep my thoughts pure during this time. Maybe for the next 3 or 4 weeks, we don't have to know everything going on in the world. Set our own reality. And then sending love to the planet. Sending love to the world. Sending love to each other. Love to ourself. Do you occasionally look in the mirror, eyeball to eyeball, with that person who is you, and say, I love you, and really mean it? If you haven't done that for a while, try it before you go to bed. I accept you for who you are. We are on this journey together. We might as well enjoy it, however you put it. But just looking at that physicality of who you are, knowing that when you look into your own eyes, you are truly looking into your own soul. You know it better than anyone else. And just saying, I love you. Thanks for dragging through it with me. We're getting there. Why don't we try the highest timeline for the next couple of weeks? See how it goes. And then, as we know, that planet in the background of that slide needs a lot of love. So focus it out. Circulation is the best way to get something energetically. If you want money, flow it. You want love, flow it. You want peace, flow it. You want stability, flow stability to others. Flow that love that you want in your life to the world, even to the darkest, ugliest, most frustrating parts of it, especially those. Sending it love detaches you from the energy that is happening. And I still believe, and I always will, that if enough conscious people get together and do this on a regular basis, that we could move the needle. I still believe that. Don't focus on the negative, focus on the positive. That person who asked Mother Teresa, why don't you go to any anti-war rallies? protests. She said, I'd never go to an anti-war. I'm not anti anything, but you create a peace rally, I'll go to that. Don't worry about the shadow. Send the positive. Focus on the love. Let love do the work. Yeah, it's slow, but my goodness, what would the world be without love? Even what's there, we need every bit of it, and we need it magnified. And now go back to that spot. If you were able to point to a spot where intuition comes in, where that small voice speaks to you, and let's end with sending that spot extra love. And as we do, let's do an Om to close, but do an Om focusing, maybe even touching that part of your body, and give it this sound of high vibration. And know that every day and in every way, I love each of you, and I think about you often, and I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. And I am sending you love from my heart to yours. So thank you guys for being here tonight. Thank you for the congrats about the new edition. That's going to be good. But hope you have a great week. And I'm going to be recording ahead quite a bit. So the podcasts for the next couple of weeks are going to be pre-recorded. I will take my setup and my gear with me, but if anything kind of happens that we need to communicate, we will be in touch with what we're doing next Sunday. And then we'll see about maybe even taking the holiday week off. I don't know. We'll figure that out, but we'll be back, and I will see you guys then in the third week, the third Sunday from now. Skip 2, then see you back that third one. All right. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for joining in that little exercise. Today was more practical, and I think that was fun for all of us. It's always fun to engage like that. Dominic, thank you so much for stopping by, and really appreciate it. Sylvia, good to see you. Thank you. Safe travels to all of us who are going to be on the road. And you guys have a great week too. Well said. Good way to end it. Thank you so much. You guys be blessed. Good night.